What's up, everyone? Happy New Year. We are live and back with Our Perspectives. My name is Holden Stephan Roy. We have Littyyy Bro Flacko right over there. Unfortunately, Sarah Connor could not be with us, but is definitely wishing you all a Happy New Year as well. And we are here to start the year off right with... Is everything good? Yeah, okay. I just looked at my Twitch. I'm like, why is it not streaming? But we are good. Start the year off right, talking about some 2023 stuff, news that just happened, because there's not a lot of news yet that's happened in 2024, unless something huge happened today. But I feel like New Year's Day is a slow day, and not a lot of bad stuff happens, because motherfuckers just too busy recovering to be out there committing all kinds of bad stuff. It's just the
Oh, you don't
reality
know
of
New
the
York
day.
City very well.
I mean, I guess New York City is always on that. We'll always find a way
Yeah,
to fuck shit up. Energy.
always find a way to fuck it up
What's up,
for
Linda?
sure.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Lindell, I was just getting into the chat. Hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's a good. My New Year definitely was not as exciting as I thought it would be, because I got a flat tire, hitting a pothole,
Oh,
fucked up
yeah,
my
New
whole
Year. I mean,
hubcap.
New Year's Eve is one of those things that's like whatever can go wrong will go wrong on New Year's Eve.
Bro, it was 1 in the morning, but like New Year's Eve was 1 in the morning, not New Year's Day is 1 in the morning, and I hit a pothole and the car's tire just started deflating, and I'm like, this is the worst timing ever, and I missed out on all that beautiful surge pricing of Uber money. I was so ready to take everybody's drunk inflated fares, and I
Oh
couldn't take
my
the car
gosh.
out. I was just ready to be
Yeah,
that guy.
those that it's also the most dangerous night
I'm
for
with it.
for an Uber driver.
I mean, with greater risk comes greater reward, right? Like, I mean,
I guess so.
the more dangerous it is for you as an Uber driver, the more money you finna make. You look outside and see a snowstorm and a blizzard, that's the time to get in your car, because it's gonna be 3 times surge pricing, and people will actually tip, because people wildly don't tip the Uber drivers. What I'm learning, maybe 10 to 15% of y'all tip the Uber driver, but
I was gonna
people
say
don't
I
tip
do.
the Uber driver, because like,
Hmm.
and especially the week after Christmas, was not happening.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Like as somebody who um dabbles in getting stuff to people, um, I could tell you that like December is the worst month to sell things. People are notoriously tight with their money in December, and they have very little money for extracurricular activities.
I'm a, I mean, I get it, but they could afford the Uber. They just could
They could
throw
afford
it,
the Uber,
throw an extra dollar, just the one little dollar. That's
just the
appreciated.
$1.
If all the people give $1, it's actually better than the some people giving $5.
Lindell has good advice. He said, Holden, always expect the worst and hope for the best.
That's a fact. Um,
That's what I always do in life, period. I
I
hope for the
accept that.
best and I expect the worst.
But
So
if you were to
anytime that
be a
it doesn't
garage,
end up the worst, it ends up pretty fucking good.
nothing was open on New Year's Eve, and that was also not fun. So you're just sitting there, not finding anybody who was open to sell me tires. It was just it was a whole ordeal of like, because it could have been any other day of the year, minus the other like major holidays, I suppose, and people would have sold me shit that day, 100%. Somebody would have sold me something, but not New
Absolutely.
Year's Eve. Motherfuckers is like, fuck that. I'm a mechanic. I work my ass off all year. I'm going to party.
I'm going to
Respectable.
party. Respectable.
Respectable.
They
Unfortunate.
went to party. Um, I was out partying New Year the day before New Year's Eve. So I had to wake up fucking not sober, still smashed from the fucking edible.
I did do
Um,
edibles last day.
and I woke up groggy and hurt. Um, yeah, man. I had a good time though. Had a good time, celebrated with friends. I posted my greatest memories of 2023 on my Facebook.
Mm.
Posted the pictures and shit, you know. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't have the picture of Yumi and General Steel in my pictures. I would have posted that.
Mm. I probably have that picture. I have a folder that has those ones.
I think you did. But yeah, man, 2023 was a good year. Got
It was
some
a good
things
year.
done. Put out another album. Keep on putting out music. Um, let's let's do some. I noticed yesterday. I went to Twitter or X, I guess. I
I'm
went
still
to
with
X.
Twitter.
I'm still with Twitter too. I
When
went
I
to
type
Twitter
Twitter to go to
and
the site.
right, and I saw that post you made about your year in review.
I did.
Um, I saw you shouted me out. Shouts to you for shouting me out. You know what I
And
mean?
perspective's a big part of the year. We did a
Yeah,
whole lot
yeah.
of interesting big things.
I held it down this year, as you said. Nah, but that was you held it down all the other years. What is a partnership if not something like this, where like
Facts.
when you slack, I'm gonna be there to hold you down, and when I slack, you're gonna be there to hold me down. You know what I mean? That's what a partnership is. So but yeah, I saw your blog, which is literally a blog, right? Written blog with
Yeah.
pictures, year end review, and with your Instagram posts or reels, um, and you had mentioned something about in the new year wanting to clear your debt. And I don't know if you said something about traveling because I think that was when I had to go to my New
I
Year's Eve party
definitely. I know part of the blog was about traveling because last year I made it a goal to leave
to
Montreal
leave
once a
your
month.
Montreal every month.
Where I
Yeah.
realized I technically achieved it, but only intentionally did it for 10 months straight. So I'm not really going to count the accidental shit. Like, if Uber be driving you up somewhere, I don't feel like it's the same thing as taking a trip to go do something.
Yeah.
So I kept it up for 10 months until I forgot in November. And that was pretty dope because I got to go see a bunch of shit that wasn't Montreal. And, even if it's like sometimes it's also good to go to them small towns so that you can really appreciate living in a fire city. Because, like, you forget how
Yep.
dope your shit is until you see, like, the small town budget version of what your city does. And you're like, oh, fuck, we got, like, cool shit.
I think I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, I think I might have fucking left the city once a month too. Um, yeah, man. But so bearing that in mind, I saw that you said the thing about debt, and I saw a video from the news, how to clear your debt and travel more in 2024. So I was like, yo, you know what? Let's set it off with that. Let's give people
Mm.
a plan and ways that they can clear their debt and try to travel more. You know what I mean? So
I
let's hit that
definitely
video
recommend
and
traveling more, especially if you make art.
yes,
Welcome back
especially.
as we are counting down some of the top New Year's resolutions made this year. A couple caught our eye, and we just had to bring in a friend. Talk about it.
And we're talking about the one and only Nina Pineda joining us here at the table. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Hard to believe we're already into 24. And a lot of people are probably just wrapping up some time with family, maybe extended vacation now over. And so you need a vacation from the vacation in a lot of ways. So how do you travel more in this new year?
What do you say that when you spend time with family, you want to really get away? Sign me up.
Yeah.
But I think top of the list, and we learned this during the pandemic, being cooped up, that we really need to get out and see more of the world.
Yeah.
Whether it means in our own states or maybe a road trip or a big bucket list trip. I mean, traveling is good for the soul, right? It's great for the kids. They learn resilience. It's not easy to fly all the time. And it's a wonderful way to explore, familiarize yourself with other cultures, gain some perspective, what it's like to be from another part of the world or the globe. And of course, all that takes time and money, which are both finite at this time. So how can we take more vacations? We asked the folks whose boss wrote the book, How to Take More Vacations. And going.com says, look
It's a
at these
good book
shoulder
title.
seasons. January 8th, we're coming up on one where flights are 80% less.
Oh, wow.
With the exception of that week in February, which is some schools are on winter break, that third week. week. These shoulder seasons are when airlines really want to get your butts in seats. They drastically drop prices. So you have to really know when to travel. Don't travel during when everyone else is traveling, August, June. Try to get away on those off-peak times, and you will end up saving a ton of money.
I think at one point you had told me travel in October.
Yeah, that's another big shoulder season.
About going to Mexico, and I think I remember you telling me that. So yeah, not the peak times.
Travel off-peak.
Well, and you reached out to the viewers out there because a lot of people have a lot of questions, and you took them right to Katie, right? And you got some answers. And the first one is really, what is the best advice when trying to find a good deal, whether it's the shoulder seasons or whatever their body part season that you want to talk about, not just the shoulder season. But how can you maximize it, especially because, you know, for you and I, you start to rack up those
I don't know what that
plane tickets
other
right
body
up.
part season joke meant.
It all adds up.
So what do we do?
Let's hear what she has to say.
That's a great question. So basically, a lot of us tend to think in a formula when we are considering traveling, where we have a place in mind and then we start to look for airfare and hotels and whatnot. When really, a great way to save is to let the deal be your guide. So really flipping the script and having a deal be your first starting point, then the place, and then everything else.
So that is taking a look at our area airports and seeing who's offering a deal. Where is it cheap to fly? To Puerto Rico, to Jamaica? Instead of saying, hey, I need to go to Aruba,
Right.
let where you're going, the city, be the point.
So pick any beach.
Yeah,
Any beach, as long as
any beach at all.
As long as it's above 80 degrees. So Nina, just to really drive home the point, you're heading into the new year. You want to keep saving money. So what about those points you've earned? Is there like a certain way that you could save money that way?
That was a very, very big question that was asked by our viewers. When should we get rid of those miles?
When you're trying to save, but you're also looking to book last minute, using your points and miles can actually be a great way to save. When cash prices are high, booking like a last minute way to save is really looking at your points and miles and using those either alone or in conjunction with your cash to actually bring that price down. You get the best redemption when typically cash prices are high.
Are you a point hoarder? Do you hoard your points?
You know, we don't travel enough to even think about the points, but I was looking the other day and I realized we have quite a few points, which can be used for not just travel. Right?
Definitely use them. And then if you're going to be putting stuff.
All I can say is air miles has gotten much shittier than the days of when an air mile represented an actual air mile. Now it does not represent that no more. So it's pretty crappy.
On a credit card that you know you're going to buy anyway. I'm not saying get into more debt, but groceries and gas, get a rewards card because then you can start accruing those miles.
Oh, that's good advice. So now that, you know, we've been talking about traveling, and it does sound like a dream because a lot of people, you know, one of their resolutions is to like get their finances in order so that they can travel more. In fact, improving finances is the second most popular New Year's resolution this year. So how do we even begin to do that?
The thing is, start small. Remember we did the 100 days to Christmas? And we said if you stop with the Starbucks $5 a day from 100 days to Christmas, you would have saved $500. It's about tackling debt. Now that we've gotten those end of year statements that break down in category what you've been spending, you've got to take a look and say, am I eating out too much? Did I spend too much here or there? And curb some of those appetites. We talked to a finance expert and author. She's a mother of 3 in Brooklyn. She was able to save $169,000 over 2 years. And she said you have to attack debt this way. Either the snowball method, where you pay your smallest debts down first, and then you can build up. This really gives you this sense of accomplishment when you're talking about getting rid of credit card debt. The other one is called the avalanche method. I did this with my credit cards. I actually looked at where I had the highest debt with the highest interest, and then you pay that high debt down first. And here's what she had to say about which of your personalities, you know, this could be suited to what you want to do first.
And then another thing I talk about in the book is the most annoying debt that you have. Like, is there a debt that drives you crazy, or you really, maybe gives you some angst, and you really would feel a sense of encouragement by paying that off first, regardless of balance, regardless of interest rate, then you can potentially look at paying that off first. Overall, I think you need to know what motivates you. Are you more numbers driven, so you want to pay down to save on interest, or are you needing motivation, and so paying off the smallest first makes sense?
Snowball debt.
I know, but the first things you have to do is face your debt. You have to get out your bills, see where your credit cards are, see where you have like, redundant subscriptions. There's apps they can help you with. Really open up everything, and then set a goal. That goal might be a trip. That goal might be a number. And then design a plan. I'm not saying budget because everyone tends to glaze over. Oh, make a budget. Make a budget for yourself. Who wants to do that? Wah, wah. You want to design a plan. Design a plan. How am I going to get from A to B? And then what sacrifices am I going to make? Her husband's a teacher. She wanted to quit her job. She managed to quit the job, write the book, because she followed these steps to launch her financial freedom. I think this is a good idea for all of us.
I mean, 160-something thousand.
3 kids in Brooklyn.
Yes.
It's impressive.
And this is Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's
It's doable.
It's incredible. We got to take advantage of those tips.
I feel like I need a little motivation, though, so I'm probably more the what was it called? The snowball?
Yeah.
Snowball.
It can be very satisfying. You have a credit card hang.
Yeah, there you go, Holden. There go some tips on how to straighten out your debt. The travel tip was really good. Let the price be your guide. Yeah.
See, I'm really cool with that. I like that kind of stuff, and I feel like overall with travel, it really is just shopping around and you know, not being too bougie about it, because there's some crazy interesting things out there. But I also want to travel for free. My biggest dream is to get people to pay me to travel. That's like the real goal. that I'm trying to get to, because it's happened a couple of times, even if they weren't crazy trips. But if you're getting a bag that covers your travel and food, and then you get a little something after, that's actually the best, in my opinion, when it comes to the travel. I mean, the bigger would be nicer, but having gone through that version of it, it's the most motivating way to travel. That thing is just like, sometimes these expenses be appearing out of nowhere, and you got to prepare for the worst, and all that shit Lindell said before. And then grind more. Because I mean, definitely spend less, but also find ways to make more. That's
no implication on the show. Total implication to how tired I am from yesterday.
I mean, it's New Year's Day. We're doing the show. I work today because I'm like, I can't really afford to take off today. That's the downside of independent contract life is you don't actually get paid holidays. If you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
So
should definitely have more travel next year.
Bearing that in mind, right? We're gonna review 2023 and get to reviewing 2023 through the 2023 social media bingo card. Holden, you could pull up.
I'm gonna get that up. Yeah, I'm just typing out the thing. Is it from this? 1 second. I'm just moving it into its own file.
Right,
you
people.
Can
so
set the premise.
This is the social media bingo card, which is like the stuff that the internet went the most viral about. And yeah, we're going to talk about each of the months. And right, we're going to try to figure this out. I can't remember some of these. Starting in January, it looks like that's Krishan Rock, Blueface's baby moms being pregnant.
Yes, that did happen and was a big deal.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal because she is a problematic person, to say the least.
Well, their whole relationship was quite the spectacle.
Yeah, no, their whole relationship was a spectacle and toxicity at its finest. But
I'm sure we all had that moment where all of a sudden we were watching them fuck on Twitter, and nobody really asked for that. You just wanted to know why it was trending, and then there they are going at it on Twitter. And then she got pregnant.
They were. And then she got pregnant. Maybe it was from that time. Social media baby all the way. Then we have what looks like Young Miami receiving a shower that's coming from a golden shower. So showerhead. So I'm guessing it's the news about Young Miami enjoying getting golden showers from P. Diddy. Why don't we look that up? Young Miami golden showers. Yup, it's P. Diddy. P. Diddy. People couldn't wait to use that one.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I guess that's what that is. That makes a lot of sense.
That's what that is. Yeah, man. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, like Young Miami
weird.
Like I don't.
It's not my cup of tea.
I don't like kink shaming. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got their
all
thing.
Things considered, you can just get in the shower after that's done and prepare for it ahead of time to not ruin your shit.
I'm pretty sure with wealthy people that it's not the same thing as like a golden shower for a poor person. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely sure they have settings for this that are golden shower appropriate.
Golden shower appropriate. That's what I'm thinking. Nice marble floors.
Either way, if that's what they like, I mean, I guess it's social media newsworthy. I definitely think Sean was bigger news.
Right, I think so. Moving on to February, we see Rihanna pregnant. That was the Super Bowl baby announcement via performing with the baby bump.
And then
people were like, "Oh my God, she's pregnant again." Everybody criticized her performance, which is like, Rihanna's not Beyonce. She's not the type of performer that like really does a lot of dancing
I mean,
and stuff like that.
and it did make like her social media cat dance was amusing, to be honest. Like, it was an entertaining thing to watch Rihanna be like, fine, I'll give into some pop culture for a half minute. Like, that's how I felt like when your mom's trying to be cool with you. Like, she didn't care. She had this confidence to it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But I thought
The
it was a
other
good
thing for
performance.
February is Misfits big red shoes.
Yeah,
The
people hated those.
I mean, it depends, man. You know, I saw a lot of people actually like rocking them. I've even seen people in viral videos wearing them. Like,
I mean, I see how if you have like the right outfit in mind, they're a vibe. Like, I think people who bought them because they're going viral are kind of ridiculous because they look ridiculous inherently. But at the same time, I think people who like intentionally got them because they saw something in them, they got some fly kicks.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wear them, but at the same time, I'm as the same way I don't kink shame. I don't like uh fashion shame when people are trying to do different things because I'd rather people be different than people be typical, you know? And
Like, you gotta imagine the
there's
confidence
enough
that a
people
person
wearing
has to wear
Crocs.
those.
There's enough people wearing Crocs and shorts and t-shirts and you know what I mean? Like there's enough of that in the world. You know what I mean? So like if there's somebody out here in the world showing up in big red boots, I'm all for it, yo. Go for it, man. Fucking knock it out.
Until the big red
Um
boots become the Crocs 20 years later.
this is the same company that did the other viral shoes for Little Nas X, the devil ones.
Right,
The devil, right.
right.
This company also did the Reebok pump with pumps all over the sneaker. You can look that up if you want to. Google mischief the way that you would spell perspectives. So no vowels. MSCHF.
Mischief Crocs?
Nah, not Crocs. You're thinking
I
about
just
Crocs.
wanted to.
You talking about Crocs?
No, I saw it
Nah.
pop up as a
Oh,
search,
because
and
you
so I
saw
had
it
to
pop
click
up
on
as
that.
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, they
okay, I
had a
want to
Croc.
look at
It's
the
a big red
Crocs.
boot. It was a big red boot. I mean, they won with the big red boot. You know what I mean? Pumps.
Yeah, pumps.
Yep. Cool as
Well,
man.
those are cool.
I'm so upset I missed out. I have their app and I get newsletters and notifications when they're about to go viral or go. The only reason I didn't buy them was because I was like, damn, yo, it'd be trash if I buy them and they're really just like for show. And then if you look up Mischief Pumps Anvil, red, there it goes. There he
Wow,
goes.
I just clicked that without you before you even finished it. I'm like, it has to be
There
this
he
one.
goes. Rose Anvil. And like he breaks down shoes and like cuts them in half. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Yeah.
go, he at some point scroll through a little bit more. He should be cutting them in half at some point. Yeah, he like checked the bags to see if they actually hold air, and each one of them pumps, and each one of them holds air, which is like the job that pumps do. Keep going, keep going. There it goes. He cuts them in half. And so he just like showed that they were functionally working. Like each pump really fucking works. And so it's not a fucking just design shoe. It's like it's what do you call it? Functional as
Right.
well. So I'm really but by the time I found that out, by the time that video came out, they were already
Sold out.
sold out. And I wasn't gonna buy them at a resale because the resales are crazy. But yeah, man, I really like those. I like them as a company. The Big Red Boots are just like super. Like think about it. We're talking about a 2023 viral social media bingo card, and they're on it, and they
I mean,
definitely
I don't think
have
people
like
like like I saw a lot of posts about it. Like if you were to take a number of posts about the topic, like because people hated them, and the second people hate some shit like that, then you get the defenders, then you get the whole conversation going. Would you wear them and stuff? But people hated this the way they hate new hip hop. And it was probably the same people who hated new hip hop that were hating these red boots. And it just created the whole fucking wave of it being viral as fuck. All I know is I was sitting there going, I see why people wear them. I just don't know that I would rock them. I don't feel like they're for me.
Yeah. I mean, you know. Lindell's asking, are these those Astro boots? I mean, technically speaking, yeah. Like they kind of like are a copy off of Astro boots.
Oh. Okay. Wow, Maury. Fair enough.
Yeah. You could look up Astro, that was the cartoon that it was. Astro by itself.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
you
right.
see. Yeah. And so that's what they essentially were kind of like a play on is
Right.
Astro. Yeah, then in March we have the Rat getting beat up at the gym.
That happened, yeah.
And I don't know I don't recognize this dude. Like I don't know who the fuck that is.
All right. March social media moments. March 2023. Maybe there's like a... No, it's just all the calendar shit. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm not remembering him. Does anybody watching this remember that guy?
I don't know, man. I really don't. Moving on. April was the racial moment when Angel Reese was playing against Caitlin Clark, and she did back to her what Caitlin Clark did to her in another game, and it went viral because never do white people want to see a black woman defend herself. That was pretty viral. The next thing here in the list is May. Chris Brown getting into that fight at Usher's birthday party. I think he was arguing with Tiana Taylor, and then people said that he fought Usher. Then Usher got on social media to show his face to prove, I guess, he didn't get into a fight. And then that guy from March is back in May, which is like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Then in June we have the billionaire submarine.
Yeah,
that was pretty
it.
fucking
That
viral.
was the biggest thing.
That was pretty fucking viral. Then in July we have what is this? I'm not sure.
Which one?
July is, I guess, Keke Palmer at the Usher show. And I don't know who that woman in the doctor's thing is. I got no fucking clue.
Is she the pink sauce lady?
Is it? I don't know. Look it up, I guess. July viral moment.
I don't know if that happened in July. Or maybe I'm just getting confused. I'm just trying to think of shit that happened.
I tell you this, in July, we had that Keke Palmer at Usher moment. And before the year ended, she was in a divorce. It's crazy how social media can really like fuck with people's like real life.
Right.
Then in August we have the Montgomery Brawl, the famous chair. The guy that got hit with the chair on the head. We got Tory Lanez guilty. And then I don't know what that other picture is, man. I'm not sure. It's like a dude and a chick. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
It's
can't
not. I mean,
remember.
I'm sure like
That Montgomery brawl was huge, man. I got
that was big.
I went down to Atlanta around that time, and we picked up T-shirts. We picked up in Atlanta at the New Black Wall Street Mall. Um, we picked up Montgomery, Alabama, fucking T-shirts, the brawl in Montgomery T-shirts, and like T-shirts of Aquaman, the kid on the dock, the picture of the kid on the dock. Then a couple months later in New York City at Afropunk, I got folding chair earring for the wife and a pendant for myself. That I was just like, yo, this is how I know this is like wildly viral, because that's months later. Afropunk, it was, I believe, like September, August, September, and that like the fact that the folding chair became like a fucking like hanging off of women's ears. I got my wife a pair of the earrings. I got myself the pendant. The guy actually wasn't even making pendants yet. He was just making them, and I saw them, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's dope. Let me get one." And he was like, "You mean a pair?" And I was like, "Oh, these are earrings." And he was like, "Yeah, they're earrings." I was like, "Oh, I thought this was a pendant." He was like, "Oh, that's dope." I was like, "Yeah, make me a pendant too. Like, give me a pair of earrings and then make me a pendant." Um, and that folding chair is just like viral, uh, crazy. At the end of this, I guess we'll do top five moments, I guess, or top three moments. Then we got Tory Lanez getting that guilty verdict. Um, Now people are like, oh, I just finished seeing that like, oh, they didn't find. They're saying that they didn't find any of his DNA on the gun, and I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter if we know that he's the one that brought out the gun, right? Like we know that Megan Thee Stallion and her girlfriend did not say, hey, you know what we're gonna do tonight? We're gonna bring a gun outside. You know what I
They did
mean?
not.
Like it was Tory Lanez who brought a gun outside. So like I don't care if his DNA is not on it. He's the one that fucking brought the gun outside. Um, but yeah, he got found guilty. People are really still crying for him. So um, then in September we have what looks like Krishan's baby with its head hanging, which is why I guess we were all worried about her being pregnant back in January, because she doesn't know how to take care of a baby. Baby's head is just like hanging off the back, you know, like she looked like a really bad mom out in public. And then we have Erica Mena getting fired from Love and Hip Hop for calling Island Spice or Spice. I forget who it is, what her name is. But a Jamaican reggae artist. She called her a monkey.
Oh, that's not a good look.
Yeah, no. Erica Mena tried to defend herself with like, I'm black too, but she tried to defend herself with a bunch of stuff. I mean, listen, the honest to God truth is, I'll tell you this much. My wife was telling me about this thing the other day, and she had found out like what, like Spice said something to her along the lines of like, well, that's why your son hates you. You know what I mean? Like that's why your son doesn't love you. Which is like, hey man, I mean, I wouldn't justify. I like it's one of those things where like, look, I was battle rapping in. Hey Mallory, hi, happy
Happy
New
New
Year
Year,
to you.
Mallory.
Listen, I battle rapped in an era where like racism was like open and welcome, and people were like pretty racist to each other. You know what I mean? Like we were openly, you know, joke like, oh, I'm battling Asian guy. I'm gonna fucking just say a bunch of Asian jokes. You know what I mean? Um, Literally, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I had a bunch of Asian jokes that I just put together into a battle, and I was like, oh man, I want to battle an Asian guy now. I didn't even fucking, you know what I mean? Like first, like the way that they were talking about the flights thing. Like you usually pick a destination first. Like people usually pick an opponent first, and then come up with material. I just came up with a bunch of like fucking Tiki Tiki Tembo, No Sorembo, Cherry Berry Berry, Pickberry Pembo, you know, fucked up jokes. And I was like, oh, pick an Asian guy. I'll battle him, whoever it is. You know what I mean? I already have a bunch of material written. So like we were pretty racist. But like in the middle, all that racism, right? Like every black person that I battled, I did not say anything racist to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess it's like it depends what's in your heart, you know? Like when I was battling fucking Asians and Indians and Latinos, I was like, oh, I want to be very racist to you. You know what I mean? Like I have a bunch of racist shit to say to you. Let me tell you something. But when I'm battling black people, I'm like, yo, that's just not in my heart. That's just not what's in my, you know what I'm saying? That's just not in my wheelhouse of what I want to do. So like I recommend it, like, even though like Spice said some fucked up shit to her, that it's like, yo, that warrants getting beat up or like being spoken to in very disrespectful way. I could disrespect you without being racist. You know what I'm saying? So like by her being racist, it just says, hey, you know, she's that type of person. Like she's always said, I definitely believe that she's called other black people monkey before. And that just speaks to her. So good, she got fired. Then in October, we have Jada Pinkett's book tour, the famous fucking book tour. We were just talking about this a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago. And then we were just also talking about November, which was Cassie and P. Diddy, and you know, whether or not he's guilty. I mean, look, he never went to trial, so he's definitely not guilty. You know what I mean? Then in December we have TD Jakes.
Well, I mean, hold on. He's also extremely fucking rich, right? So it's the type of thing where, let's say he is guilty.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna just say, like, the hypothetical, if he is guilty, that case is going to take so much longer to bring to trial in the first place, because it has to be so much more prepared to fight his lawyers. So
but what I'm talking
not
about,
saying he's
right?
guilty. I'm just saying, like,
no, I mean, right.
a lot
and
of
what
allegations were made.
What I am saying is that he's not guilty because he didn't ever go to trial. So if he didn't ever go to trial, he didn't ever get found guilty of it.
No, that's fair.
So he's literally not guilty of anything right now. You know what I mean?
But that's not
He's just he just got sued by a bunch of people.
And
now
he
it's
has
for
not
us.
gone through a trial process upon which anybody has declared him guilty of crimes. And we don't know what was actually said in anybody's settlements, because that's how settlements work.
Right. So, you know, as of right now, in January of 2024, P. Diddy is still not guilty because he has not been found guilty in a court of our peers, I guess. Not my peers.
Or any of the courts that can find you guilty.
Definitely not my peers that found fucking Jonathan Majors guilty. And then in December we have TD Jakes. I
have no idea
I don't
what
really
that
know
story
much about
is.
that shit. It's something about P. Diddy too. Like people are really. I keep on trying to scroll on my iPad where you're on. Yeah, I would say, if I were to say like top moments of the year, I'm gonna go with. Let's both pick top 3 moments of the year, right? I'm gonna go with Montgomery Brawl. I'm going to go with Jada and Diddy.
I
Those
think
are the top 3
Jada for
moments
sure. Jada, I mean, Jada's the gift that keeps on giving in this one. So it's like it hasn't ended, and it won't. However, like we've said, I'm pretty sure they're both making hella cash off this, so everybody's on board. That submarine,
I mean, technically speaking, we know that she's not making. Her book didn't sell well at all. So
she's
I
still
guess they're not making
more
as much
talk
money.
shows and relevancy and everything than I think arguably she's ever had, like ever, because now the whole world talking about her.
But also, the difference between like somebody like you or me, or somebody from a reality show going viral, and taking advantage of the moment is like the way that looks for people like us and people like that is like, oh, I'm viral. I'm gonna go host a bunch of clubs every weekend and get paid like 5-10 grand per hosting. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna cake out this year. I'm gonna make a lot of fucking money. You know? And for somebody like Jada, that's not what something like that looks like. You know what I mean? Like she's not going to go host a bunch of fucking clubs because she's viral because people are making fun of her alopecia and like her and Will's relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really not a lot of benefit to any of this for her. You know what I'm saying? Like in particular, like she's not getting more movie roles because
I
of
don't
this.
think she would. I think
Her
in
book
her
didn't
like
sell
she
well.
wouldn't keep doing it if she
She's
didn't get
not
something out of
hosting.
it.
I don't think that she's doing it to like again, right? Like the way that it ended up by the end of it was like I almost sounded like I'm defending her, and like honestly, I am because like I don't really think that she's trying to benefit. I really genuinely think she's a human being who's going through a growth spurt at this point in her life, and it's a maturity, it's a ego death, it's just a lot of different shit that like she's going through it and she wants to talk about it because that's part of her like therapy for it, and
That's fair.
people are interpreting that as like her trying to take advantage, but
I
like
would
there's really
definitely
no
say
advantage
that is
for
one of
her
the
to
biggest
be
moments
had.
of the year.
Good.
I feel
Your
like
other
something
two.
like Christian Rock, like she's too niche. Like I know too many people that have no idea who she is. I know
Right.
everybody knows about that submarine. That submarine is the wildest story, cause like I think it showed a lot about the world's priorities in the way rescue operations, and so like that hit like the whole. That's why there's nothing else there. It's like a fucking picture of a sub because it actually outperformed all the celebrities and shit. You know, like it's pretty big for an inanimate object. The same way the chair also did that shit because I think that Alabama brawl was something that also caught everyone's attention. Like how could you ignore that? I didn't think a lot about the lasting power of any of these things, but I guess that's not how it works because frankly I forgot a lot of this shit happened until I looked at this calendar.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I would say that sub is possibly the biggest
Sub is
thing
top 3 for you. So
for
Jada
sure.
Pinkett, the sub,
Yeah,
and what
and
else?
then
What's your
the
third?
Montgomery Brawl for sure because the rest of it,
Montgomery Bro.
like
Yo,
I
you know
had
what?
never.
I'm gonna change mine. I'm gonna go Montgomery Brawl, Jada, Big Red Boots. Because the
Big
Big
Red
Red
Boots
Boots
is
have
fair.
lasted. That was February, and that lasted the entire year. They're still lasting. People, you'll still fuck around and catch some people out here in Big Red Boots right now. I'm literally seeing videos go viral right now. In December, went viral in December. That people in the video had. I saw a dude in the video with Big Red Boots. So it's like, yo, these are clearly still, and because it's fashion, it can keep on lasting. It could pop up. It could rear its head in 2025 and 2028. You know what I mean?
I
This
feel
could
that
be
way
like
about this
a thing
sub
that
too. Like the sub to
I
me
mean,
becomes like a symbol for corruption at a level because it's something you can point to that was fucking ludicrous. Like it's
work.
so ludicrous, but it's also like, an 8-year-old can see how ludicrous it is, whereas you kind of still have to care about fashion to get the red boots meme. I don't know. Jada though, I think Jada is probably the biggest one of the year, to be honest. If I had to give like a biggest of the year.
I'd give it to the
Oh,
folding chair and the Montgomery Brawl. What
yeah.
up, CC?
Hi
CC in the
Chris,
chat.
Pooh.
All right.
Happy New
It
Year's,
looks like we
Chris.
covered
The
we
whole
covered
calendar. Yo, Chris, do you
the
know
whole
who this
calendar.
guy is? This guy right here. Do you know who that is?
We
Him.
just finished doing the
And who this
2023
lady
bingo
is. If you
card.
know who either of
Right.
these two
Because
people are,
that guy
Chris,
appeared in March. He was viral in March, and then he was
not in
viral
May,
again
but
in
I can't
May.
remember
And
him. I
then,
can't at all. But he's a ghost here. He's like solid here, and he's now a ghost in this one. So I'm like, did something happen
oh,
to
I think that
him?
might be a character in Power. I think that might be a character in Power. That's what I think that might be. I don't know.
I stopped watching Power a long time ago. I tried, but
I never watched Power, man.
here's the
I'm
truth
not
about
into
Power.
50.
Power is
50
a soap
Cent is
opera.
the
50
the
Cent makes
ghetto
soap
Tyler Perry.
operas.
He makes the ghetto. He's the ghetto Tyler Perry. He's the ghetto Tyler Perry.
I don't know if
He
Tyler
makes.
Perry makes soap operas, but that's
Yes,
exactly
he
what the
does.
fuck 50 Cent makes. And you know what? I like them. I like them better than other soap operas I've seen. But like all soap operas, by season 3, it's a little bit hard to keep caring about these plot lines. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's get to the next thing, which is what? Uncle
The
Murder
wrap
or
up.
Justina
The wrap up.
Valentine rap.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we're gonna have to fucking Justina's
play
is so long. We can't listen to.
No, just listen to a part of it. Sample of it all.
Okay, let's do a couple minutes of it. There's no volume for me.
Oh, did I fuck up on my share? Or did I put it
He's
maybe
asking
in the
if
wrong
that's
window?
August Alsina. Nah, that's not August Alsina. August Alsina's lighter skinned and
Share sound. Oh, it's the wrong
more
browser. That's what happened. Is this
thinner,
browser?
finer hair.
Boom. Now we're gonna have the volume.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now I gotta slow it down. Worst case, they'll get mad at us and we cut it out the YouTube video.
It's been a crazy year. Let's wrap it up.
I couldn't find this video.
Hold on real quick, Holden. Pause that.
Pause.
You know what? Can we open up a new tab and just look up the lyrics to this?
For sure. What's it
Let's
called?
see if we can find Justina Valentine 2023 wrap up.
Justina Valentine. If that's not on Genius, I'll be shocked with all the white rap nerds out there. Y'all disappointed me.
Honestly, that it's I think Genius is getting kind of redundant because like honestly, like right, like I still haven't uploaded my lyrics to Genius, but it's because when I upload my lyrics to fucking distribution, the lyrics are already on Spotify and on Apple Music. Like what, like, you know what I mean? You don't need to go to Genius anymore.
What is this song even called?
It's 2023 wrap up. That's it.
All right.
2023 wrap up freestyle.
Nah, nobody put the lyrics up. See, people ain't on Genius like they used to be. No, but back in the day, this would have been covered.
And also, that's also what I'm telling you is that people are not on Genius like they used to because, like I was saying, if you stream on Apple Music, the lyrics are there. If you stream on Spotify, the lyrics are there. The lyrics are already on the places that you stream. Why do you got to go to Genius?
There's another element to it too. People used to go to Genius for breakdowns of lyrics, right? So, like, by now you've looked up all the Nas lyrics from '94 that you cared about looking up if you were ever going to do that, right? Like, I don't think there's a huge market in the past like there used to be when YouTube was
I mean, I think that's one of those things that, like, keeps on happening. There's going to keep on being a kid turning 13 years old, listening to Nas for the first time.
I guess the adult version of it. So you're right. There is that younger, but like that's not enough traffic for like what Genius was. But during like the 2010s, when all of a sudden YouTube exposed the world to classic hip hop, Genius had a very relevant role of trying to translate that to all these people that are discovering it for the first time. But that wave is done, and a lot of the newer music arguably doesn't need Genius the way that like older music needed Genius. Like there is people, but then like maybe you could argue the Griseldas and shit, but like I think a lot of songs are pretty damn straightforward these days in terms of lyrical breakdowns. And you watch these people try to do their Genius breakdowns and like there's nothing to break down in half these bars. So like it's just a less relevant platform.
I guess
for the mainstream.
The point is, it's not up. Let's hear what she's got.
Right.
Stop every couple bars.
So let's go ahead and wrap up 2023. This year, folks, we're trying a lot. Ye kicked it off with Bianca tying a knot. Now the system.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that she has like good graphics and it's not just a static picture.
Really really trying to do Young Thug dirty. His co-defendant tried to sneak him a perk 30. Watch who you gunning for, be your own people. Cause now they trying to hit Thug with a whole Rico. What a tangled web some have spun. Larsa Pippen out here dating Michael Jordan's son. Wow. I know he inside the box like Roddy. Somebody better check on Scotty. Kylie Jenner shows her new son Air. A 6-year-old shoots his teacher. The whole school scared. Tyree Nichols beat to death by crooked police. The people were outraged and they took to the streets.
Yeah, yo. I like. I have made a post. Go ahead, open up a new tab. Go to my Facebook. Let's see what it was that I said. Holden. Let's see what it was that I said.
I gotta do that from another browser. I'm gonna make sure nothing's open on my Facebook first. Flacko,
the point that I'm trying to get to here is, you guys will see it.
Not Uncle Murda complaining about the one drop. He was pretty grateful this year. He felt like he appreciates.
I felt like he was unhappy. He kept on being like, y'all don't understand how hard these get every year. Like, okay, do you think we care, bro? Like, this is your one job. Like, nobody cares.
He's part of the holidays like Mariah, and he's proud of that.
He is part of the holidays like Mariah.
Proud of it.
So what it was that I said was,
stuff.
I do. I think you passed it already because you're at 2 days, and I said it yesterday.
That's fair.
Yeah. It was one of those wordy posts that you passed. Let me see.
Like MGM.
MGM. Wait, I think you passed it. Wait.
Stuff you refused
to
do.
It.
I don't see where it is.
You passed it. Hold on. Let's see. Nope. Keep going. Was it 2 days ago when Justina Valentine dropped that?
29th. That's like 3 days
keep
ago.
Going.
It's 3 days ago. We were supposed to keep going. There it is.
There we go.
We just had to keep going.
Justina Valentine does a better job at the year-end wrap-up than Uncle Murda does. I love Murda, but he's a bad writer. He stays taking extra bars to get to a point. It's just too much extra bullshit. Justina hit on all the points with a quick punch and moves on. She said, designer jumped on a flight and showed his Timmy Turner. Like, just one bar. That was it. And then she moved on to the next topic. As you saw by what we were, the Tyree Nichols. Like, everything got one bar. The only thing that got multiple bars was Young Thug. You know what I mean? But then Uncle Murda gonna be like...
big, long story.
Yes. But, yeah, exactly. And then Uncle Murda gonna be like, designer got on a flight, started jerking off. Homie's bugging. But I knew since Timmy Turner, that nigga was off. He was off, yo. Now everybody know he a weirdo. You fucking weirdo. He from Brooklyn, but he not from around here, though. He from over there, that side. That's Uncle Murda, right? Like that. And it's just like, bro, that took a long time to get to the point. And that's why his songs are always so much long. But honestly, it's crazy because this year his song is shorter than Justina Valentine. Which is like, whoa.
Needed and that should be the motto. 21 Savage really hit the lotto.
21 Savage really hit the lotto.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. But that was not it. I guess that's a sign to go to Uncle Murda.
Uncle Murda. Uncle Murda.
Play the side by side.
I think you get the...
we gotta give Uncle Murda his fair shot for the people. And then you can let us know in the comment which one you're more excited for. Who's wrap up next? About a Soulja Boy beef that I don't even know what we're talking about.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he's immediately illustrating
that was almost
point.
5 or 6 straight bars about Soulja Boy's beef.
What?
But the other shit got like a 1 bar and he moved right on.
He said, y'all
can let us know. You can let us know in the comments what's good.
It looks like prefer. Lindell has another
Lindell is really excited to play something. All right, Lindell, what do you want us to, you got to put like a link or something, or like something more direct than I got something and then like teasing us. Like that's a 2024 move, Lindell. Be more like direct. Be like, if you got time, play
Be direct.
this.
If you
And
got
then put
time,
the
play
link.
this. Exactly. And we'll tell you if we got time. All right.
Yeah, but that's I like the wrap up stuff. I think the shit's fun. I look
I
forward to
don't know,
these
man.
end of year videos all year.
I look at it like, yo, the first day of the year is the only day that this is entertaining to me because there's nothing else to talk about much, right? Like we could talk about like, yo, the year in review and the 2023 wrap up, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Biden, come on. What do you mean, Joe Biden? We don't have to talk about Joe Biden. We already do that all year round. Yo, listen, there's a dude that be conspiracy theorizing him out. You know what? Let me shout him out. Teddy Roseman on my Facebook, and he is a big conspiracy theorizer. And like I told him the other day, it was like the 29th,
Joe Biden
and I'm like, yo, you gotta, Lindell, you just gotta post a video, bro. You can't want us to do a review on a thing and want us to look up the video for you. You need to look up the video, get the link, and then post the link in the comments.
And if you can't
send
post
it in
it
a
in
whisper,
the comments, send it.
Just
That's
post
the
it in
name
the
of
comments.
it. But in case it doesn't work, I'm telling him how to get it to me so I can copy and paste it.
Well, what do you mean? It's only one video. I don't know. No, yo, you're too much right now. So the point being, right? Uncle Murda just goes for far too long, bro. Like it's just
like I think
he needs to retire. He needs to retire and leave this shit to Justina Valentine.
But this is only
and
part
Justina
one.
Valentine.
But then it's like when you're watching the ball drop and you're watching Ryan Seacrest and you're like, you're no fucking Dick Clark.
Lindell, we're not doing your work for you, bro. I don't understand what you think this is. Like, what? I refuse to. Holden, you better not look that shit up. If he wants us to fucking play a video, he's got to fucking send a video. We're telling you how you can get us to watch a video. And even then, it's a per baby. It's a per baby. It's not a for sure. Oh my God, Lindell. I'm not doing this with you. This is a new year. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. 2024. That shit is in the past. Okay, Lindell? I'm sorry. We're leaving that in 2023. All right. So
2023 rap albums of the year.
2023 rap albums of the year. 2023 rap albums of the year. This is 2024. Click the 2024 drop down button.
I used to be on this site all the time, and then I realized,
cool,
I have not listened to albums this year.
Yeah, yo, you went from being an album review guy to like not listening to no hip hop. You're you're one of these white guys that like only fucks with us when you need us.
I still listen. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I just listen to a lot of people in my city, and they're not all white boys. I promise you. In fact, I listen to a lot of not white boys in my city. It's just hard to consume.
I'm looking at this list, trying to find like. I didn't listen. So you can feel better about yourself. I didn't listen to anything that came out that month.
I mean, I don't even feel bad about it. I think I listened to the Littyyy Project.
I didn't listen to the Littyyy Project. I listened to the French Montana.
Yeah, no. After years and years and years of doing album reviews,
and I listened to the Spice.
Break from
Ice
mass consuming shit. I know I listened to like 3 or 4. I know I listened to the Nicki Project. Hey, Afro Man dropped. And I listened to the Doja Cat Project because we were in the car.
But Holden, you're going too fast. I can't fucking read everything that fast. Let's name the things that dropped this year. Let's name the highlights. Let's name the highlights. What do you see here? Afro Man, you said.
I would say that. Ace Hood's back.
All right, before you start scrolling, let's see. DJ Paul looked like that's DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah,
he dropped a project called The GOAT. Ace Hood dropped something. Young Lean dropped. Jesus Christ, Holden! I didn't even get down there. I didn't even get down that far, and you're already like moving the thing. You're moving the needle. I can't read them as they're scrolling. Joyner Lucas, Black Ass, dropped the album.
Hold on, that's Jada Youngin. That's that dude that Sarah introduced us to very recently.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Killer
Ace Hood
Priest.
dropped something.
Gotta give
Killer
love to Killer
Priest.
Priest because we opened for him last year.
Eric Bellinger is a veteran industry R&B singer. Looks like he did a project with Hitmaker. All right, now you can scroll. Let's see, Joyner Lucas. We already
Boozy
said that.
Badass dropped.
Boosie
Tony
Badass
Yayo.
dropped. Tony Yayo, Cash Doll. Playboy Cardi dropped. It looked like, right? Is that?
Huh.
Did we pass
Gorilla's got on the list.
No, Playboy Giovanni. Don Toliver dropped Lovesick at I heard that project. Logic dropped College Park. All right, let's keep moving. Next month.
How did Gorilla's get on here?
We're not. I'm not even gonna fucking. Because Gorillas is they kind of. This is like hip-hop. It's not just hip hop. It's not just hip hop. It's like
no, this is the hip hop album release dates.
Like, yeah, it does say hip hop album release dates, but hip hop encompasses.
I guess Bad Bunny being on the project's good. If Bad Bunny's there.
Asian Doll dropped something in March.
I bet a lot of people fucked with that Dreamville shit.
Talib Kweli and Madlib dropped Liberation 2.
I see Macklemore drop music.
Music Soul Child and Hit Boy dropped something. I did not even know that. Music Soul Child dropped something this year. No wonder he was on My Expert Opinion podcast. Black dropped something, Valentine. Damn, I didn't listen to that. I like Black. Lil Pump dropped something. That was the project when he like failed, right? And like everybody was like, "Look, Lil Pump, haha." Nobody listened. ESTG dropped the project. I listened to that. T-Pain, O3 Greedo. I think O3 Greedo is coming out soon. Free Greedo. Hit Boy, Surf or Drown. Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia. Danny Brown's like, I fuck with Danny Brown.
Honestly, I would really fuck with that. That sounds like the first album I really, really want to put on from most of what we heard.
Cool Keith and the Real Bad Man. Yo, shouts to Cool Keith, Bronx legend, hip hop legend. He is still dropping projects. Let me tell you something. That guy has been dropping. Like Cool Keith is one that like he developed like a style of like dropping like sometimes like 3 projects in a year, and like you don't know him. You know what I mean? You don't care. Other people don't care, but he has like a steady fan base. Like he's almost
he's
like
got like the Dr. Octopopoulos and all
he
the
does
characters.
all these. He's got all these characters. Yeah,
Black and then he would release albums
Dr.
under multiple names at the same time because it didn't matter if you knew who he was per se. It was just he just blasted music in a arguably one of those change the game kind of ways because there wasn't a lot of people doing that type of shit before him.
No, there wasn't anybody doing that shit before him. And so bearing that in mind, it's good to see that he's still up to his old, like, you know what I mean? Like he's still dropping music, and that is like a dude from like the early era, like the pioneer era that leaked into the 80s, you know? Like he was at like certain jams back in the days. So like they were, and also if I'm not mistaken, I might be confused, but like I think that he was in the first hip hop band. That like I think it was him, Cool Keith, Daddy-O, and Stetsasonic is the name of the group, and they were a band. So they were like the first hip hop band before the Roots even existed. So there goes a little bit of hip hop history for people who didn't know who Cool Keith is. Shouts to Cool Keith. Tyler the Creator. I heard
that's exciting. I did not hear it, but he makes me excited when I see he drops.
ASAP Ant, shouts out to ASAP Mob. I did not know that he dropped that project. ASAP Ant staying active out here. That's what's up. Now in April, we have Ray Shremmerd, Black Youngster, Millie's, Currency, and Jermaine Dupri. Young Blue, NLE Chopper, NBA Youngboy,
Just say what you
ASAP
will about
Rocky.
anybody. NLE Choppa sold tickets an hour out of Montreal. Not in Montreal. He sold tickets like the place was packed an hour out of Montreal. I gotta give him props for that. That's not a simple feat.
Yeah, he's out here cooking for sure. NBA Youngboy, NLE Chopper, ASAP Rocky dropped. Jack Harlow had dropped. G Herbo had dropped. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, we should try to come together with like our like best of list next week.
Bro, I didn't even listen to enough music to make a best of list.
I mean, you make a list of the stuff that you enjoyed. It's the same thing as your fucking goddamn Spotify banner. Feel free to go to your Spotify banner and just jack those names.
You guys are just, it's just all the shit I ran up all year. Spotify shit's
Right.
useless.
I mean, yeah, but you know, yeah, man, there was a lot of stuff that dropped this year. I know for me, Drake's album is definitely gonna be in the top. Nicki Minaj. I think for me, it probably already like would be off rip like Drake, Nicki Minaj, Travis
I like the
Scott,
Pink
top
Tape.
three.
I
Top
think that
three,
little
top
Uzi
three.
Vert Pink Tape was a big one.
Yeah, Uzi probably makes top five. But for me, the top three are the vets. It's fucking Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Travis Scott.
I like the Nicki project, but I don't know how much I would really
Nah,
listen to
that
it.
shit's a classic, bro. That shit is like when I heard
Not
that
even
shit, I
mad
was
at
like,
that.
wow,
It's a really good project.
It's an amazing album.
But like, I just don't know if I would listen to it as much as something like the Uzi Vert project, or even, oof, I gotta check out that Lil Peep and I Love Mackinnon project. That shit looks really interesting to me.
I love McConan.
The Doja Cat project was pretty good. I know a lot of people talk shit, but I thought it was a really
I'm
well-rounded
not a
project.
fan, so
I know.
Lil
But I
Tecca's
thought it
project was dope. I like Lil Tecca's project.
I'm like, October
City
was a
Girls.
light
I
month.
forgot to check out the City Girls album. I still haven't checked that out. I still haven't even finished listening to Offset's album.
I guess Kodak Black Drop. Ooh,
So somebody
I want to listen
saying
to
I'm
the
still
ASAP
bumping that
Rock
Nicki.
project. That looks cool.
ASAP Rock. Ugh, Jesus.
He's one of
Word.
my
Shout out
favorites.
to ASAP Rock.
Like, at least he owns
He
how
he
he
went
is.
out on tour. He went out on tour with Blimes and Gifted Gab, and they're good friends of mine.
All I'm saying
They're friends
is
of the show.
ASAP Rock.
I don't got nothing bad to say
Unlike a
about
lot
ASAP
of
Rock.
people,
I think
his skin color is a very interestingly unique dude who is not trying to jack nothing bad.
I oppose the general idea of white rappers because of the way that racist white fans are. That's mostly what it is, where my opposition comes from. There are racist white
Totally
people
understandable.
that don't give a fuck about black culture, that don't give a fuck about hip hop, but they here for white rappers and white rappers only. And then they'll gravitate to people like A$AP Rock. They'll gravitate to people like Cage, Vinnie Paz. And it's just like, it's really annoying to me and whatever, you know what I mean? But it's not those guys' faults. And a majority of those guys are good people.
I just gotta give him his flat. Like,
and they're friends of my friends. And
A$AP
so,
Rock
like,
is one of the most unique minds in music. Like, unlike all the other guys you named, he's just fucking unapologetically himself in a way that I appreciate deeper than like I've listened to Vinnie Paz and all these guys. Like, they rap good. A$AP Rock is just on a weird level. Like, it's special compared to a lot of other artists.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you, man.
I get it. I understand the fan bases too. I interact with these fan bases. I bet the Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz project was good.
Oh, the Lil Wayne 2 Chain project is good. We played that on Spaces with Polly, and that shit was fire.
Fetty Wap's back. I didn't know Fetty Wap made music still.
I'm a 2 Chainz fan, so like I really enjoyed the shit out of that project. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
like
I'm
2
still
Chainz a
curious
lot.
to see. I'm curious to see how Busta Rhymes' project performs after a year's time. The way that like I was curious to see the way that the previous project would perform
Ooh,
after a year's time.
Starface is fun. I like Starface. I like really enjoyed everything I've heard from them.
Word. So yeah, man, that's we covered
There's nothing come
everything
out in
that
the
dropped.
last 2 weeks of December. Everyone's just like, fuck it, I'm not releasing nothing.
I dropped the 25th.
Should be added there.
And that's word. Yo, it's actually getting a lot of, speaking of my album, it's getting a lot of like really good I'm getting a lot of really good feedback on it. Like it seems like there's really literally is something on there for everyone. Like everybody's hitting me with a different color. You know what I mean? Like different people are hitting me with different colors that it's just like, what? It's crazy. You know? Like I didn't expect that, you know? When we used to do our podcast together when I was at the bar, wait, no, yeah, when I would do the bar podcast, my podcast at the Yankee Bar, the people got to meet a young lady by the name of Love, and she even hit me yesterday and was like, or the other day. Yeah, no, it was the day before New Year's Eve. So the 30th. She was like, she really loves Pink. I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. Pink. You know what I mean? Like she enjoyed the happy birthday song a lot. You know what I mean?
That was definitely a unique one.
This dude Jimmy hit me with the fucking yo, he was really fucking with Orange heavy. You know what I mean? Like literally everybody is hitting me with a different color, you know? And I appreciate it, yo. So you know what I mean? Definitely there was something to drop on Christmas. And that was my album. Littyyy Bro Flacko.
And we listened to that shit on the way back from Ontario.
Word. You guys went out to Ontario between Christmas and...
Well, her mom lives like an hour, maybe 45-minute drive from Montreal, but it's technically the first exit in Ontario, which I discovered when I drove right past the first exit and went to the second exit in Ontario. You learn. But yeah, so you get the benefit of cheap gas, because if you're ever out here, like there's way cheaper gas out there in Ontario. So you fill up the tank, then you go back and get the Christmas on, and then have to drive home after. So yeah, it's a good enough drive to put on a project.
Yeah, I mean it's only 24 minutes, so it's not even really a long project like that.
No, you can do it in a whole trip to work.
Yeah, yo, it was really like I was telling people. I won't keep talking about it much longer, but like I tell you this, like I made a post about like it was really hard to record this album in like a studio in sessions, because it's very hard to go from like the energy that you give on a track like Red, which is like an angry energy, to going to like the energy that you give on a track like Pink, which is like a happy energy, to then go like do something like Purple, which is like a loving energy, and then like to do Blue, which is like a sad energy. It was just like it was very hard to like in one session lay down more than 4 songs, you know?
Right.
Like it was like, nah, this is like a 2-3 song session at max. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. We just gonna have to keep on making other sessions, because I'd try and it'd be like, yo, it's just really sapping. You know what I mean? To like give that type of energy on the mic that's required to really convey the moods that I was trying to convey. You know,
Right.
like it's really not easy. Like that shit is really like, and it was almost draining. Like there was one time in particular, it was one session early on that like I was like, yo, like I tried to handle, I think it was red and orange, and then I did uh black, and then I tried to do purple, and it was just like, no. You know what I mean? Like I was so, charged up and fucking giving off all this angry thing energy that it was like I was giving off angry energy on purple, which is like a loving song. And it's just like that's not what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
I mean, and like
uh,
to add to that, I find like music making is a lot like acting when you really get into it. Like, if
mm-hmm.
you be going like sometimes I have some like more fun upbeat shit, but like I don't make it because I be mad stressed, and I'm like, this is not the right time to record this song because you don't need
Yeah,
stress me recording it, like there's
yeah,
and like yeah, I mean to a degree you can flip your mind up, but so, you want to try to get yourself to the right place, but when you're stressed other songs are worth making, and shit like that, flip around the energies. But I think it's important, but I could see how it'd be hard to go and make the birthday song right after the song about how you're gonna die if you pull up in the BX.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy is just like too too black and white, too 180. It's just too much, and it was just like, yo, I really can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it was worthwhile. That was early on, and then like after that, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do more than 3 songs, and I'm gonna stay within the range of the emotions. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just had to set up separate session for Blue, and I had to go in there with, like I that was something that like I'm gonna be talking about somewhere, but like Blue was really hard because like when I laid that down the first time, when I wrote it, right, I immediately laid it down at home, and like tears are coming down my eyes. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about my friend Kay who just passed away, and I'm reflective, and it was very honest, unabashed, and so you're not going to cry every time you lay something down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, I didn't want to lose that emotion. So, like, I didn't lay it down again at all until I got back in the studio, Um, and it was on the tail end of one of those sessions I had tried to do Blue, and I was just like, nah, this feels wrong. And I was just like, I'll just come back for another session. And I came back for another session, and it just so happened to be a rainy day that day, you know? And it just helped, you know what I mean? It was early in the day. Usually we set up sessions for like uh 4, 6 p.m., you know what I mean? That day was like a 12 p.m. session. It was like a rainy day and shit. It helped me be in a fucking funky, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about like my friends that are not here, and it's gonna hurt. And clearly that like message got conveyed still. You know what I'm saying? Which is the most important thing. Like that was the most important thing, was that like the energy is right for something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, but it was hard, man. It was really hard. It was not easy. Um, but it's dope that people were enjoying it. You told me yourself you were feeling kind of blue the other day.
Man, I'm dealing with that. Today I paid for a cremation, so
Yeah.
sometimes you're just doing shit like that and you're like this very not fun series of logistical realities that go into people dying. Like, because often you're not the person to deal with the death. So you don't think about half that shit. And then you start going through
Yeah.
it and finding what wild shit. And you're like, damn, son, that's wild. I can't believe I found this item. So just keep in mind, whatever you got hidden in your closet, literally, you pass.
It's gonna come out
Somebody
one
about
day.
to go
Yeah.
through that shit. And
Yeah,
it might
yeah,
be
yeah.
your grandson with a podcast. thankfully, I'm not going to say nothing public that's embarrassing, but other grandsons with podcasts are going to absolutely say some embarrassing shit. But there's at least one great one.
Thank you very much, Chris. He said he really, really likes the project. I really, really appreciate it, bro. Honestly. But yeah, it's interesting, yo. I actually think that like I might be getting more positive feedback from this project than any other project that I've done. But I think it's because of that. I think it's because it really touches on such a wide array of moods and energies that like it gives somebody
connect to
everybody
things like
something to connect to.
death and love more than champagne and cocaine.
Right.
And all of that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, the Littyyy Bros wave is Littyyy, but I think that's
why people love Volume 2 so much. Right?
Volume
that's why people love Volume 2 so much. Is because
y'all tapped into like heartbreak and shit.
And that's gonna always like fucking hit
Chris,
the right
check it
fucking...
out after our podcast is done. We don't want people leaving the podcast, Lindell, to watch stuff that isn't on the podcast.
Oh my God, fucking Lindell, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. He's like, yo, leave the show. Don't be a viewer here. Go fucking watch this video.
Then come back and chat with me about it. I'll
chat with me about this other video that these guys are not talking about in the chat for the video where they're talking about other things.
What we do without Lindell, though? That's some authentic ass shit. I would. That's like, if we had a wrapped up for the live experience, Lindell would be on that top 5. Appreciate you. And he's
Mood ring.
as fuck, bro.
Mood ring out now. Mood ring out now. Shouts out to my mood ring. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what my mood is today. I don't know if this mood thing applies to this mood ring, but I'm gonna go off of this one. Let's see. It's like what is this? Like a bluish green?
Bluish green.
Oh look, it says blue green specifically. Sign of contentment and peace. I'll go with it. I'll run with it.
See, Our Perspectives is your happy place.
Our Perspectives is my happy place. Contentment and peace.
And Chris, by in a bit, you mean after we're done streaming?
After we're done streaming, Chris. After we're done streaming. Please, don't leave the show to go watch fucking videos Lindell wants you to watch. All right, that being said, I think it's time for us to get to the trailers. This week there's only 2 trailers, and therefore they're 4 videos that movies that already came out on Christmas. But I wanted to make sure to cover them.
Marvel's What If.
Shout out Marvel's What If.
And I watched that because of the trailer that you played, and it really caught my eye. And then I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I watched all 18 episodes of that shit.
It's a really pleasurable show, and the animation really is beautiful. Out of this, I think they go out of.
They did a whole.
That's why, from what I understand, they're doing
Mohawk
like next
language,
season,
bro.
Yes, absolutely. That's a 100% original character that they built and that they made for that series on Disney, which is like kind of like the way Harley Quinn was, right? Like she was created in the cartoon, the Batman series, before she was ever created in the comic book. So it was like the cartoon influenced the comic books in reverse. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same thing. And from what I understand, season 3, the next season is going to be the last season, which makes sense, man, because animation like this is really expensive and tough to like keep up at like an amazing rate. So
I was sitting there watching the episode today, and Bonnie said, "No, I've never wondered what would happen. What if the Avengers formed in 1603? I never had that thought ever." And I'm like, that's why the show exists. So
this is why the show exists. Exactly.
Because you never would have had that thought naturally, but now you're thinking about it. To which she said, "No, I'm not. I think you want me to do the dishes. And then she left.
All right, Joe. And so we're gonna start this week's trailers with The Color Purple, which came out in theaters the 25th and is already going viral.
I heard there's controversy.
Yeah, controversy. Controversy sells, though.
Ain't you got something to make you just smile?
My sister, and I ain't seen her in years.
You know, if you ain't gonna laugh, you need to sell your funny bone.
I was married to a man I didn't love.
Whatever I say, go.
And he took my sister away from me.
Even if we have to part, you and me, us have one heart.
How come you so nice?
Don't know.
Maybe you too nice.
You seem like trouble.
I come here out of respect. But if there ain't none to get, there sure ain't none to give. There's gonna be some changes made. Give me something. You got to stand up.
I know my sister somewhere in the world. Someday we're gonna meet again.
Keep your head held high, just like Mom taught us.
It's time I be free from you and then turn into creation.
I'd die before I let that happen.
Good. That's just the going away present I've been needing.
Time for you to see the world.
Sweet and loving God.
Christmas Day. Yeah, it's out now. There's some controversy behind it, but I'm hearing nothing but great things. From what I understand, it's The Color Purple through the years or something like that. The original people who were behind the first one, which is Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey, are producers on this one. Yeah, man, looks like a good watch. I'll probably check it out when it comes to streaming.
All right, next one.
Two objects cannot occupy the same point in space at the same moment in time. The corner races at you. You have perhaps a crisis of identity. Am I a sportsman? Or a competitor? If you get into one of my cars, you get in the wind. Slow.
Enzo.
You're going broke.
How?
You spend more than you make.
So what do I do?
Win the Mille Miglia, Enzo. Or you are out of business.
This is a gun pointed at our head. You should assign me control of your stock. I have to have all the cards in my hand.
Well, half the cards are in my hand.
All of us are racers. So deadly passion. Our terrible joy.
I wondered when you'd be back.
How can I stay away?
If Italy is looking for a scapegoat, then here I am.
You were supposed to save him! You promised me he wouldn't die!
The father deluded himself!
Two objects cannot occupy the same point in space at the same moment in time.
Wenzel. Go beat the hell out of them.
I didn't even know there was so much drama behind Ferrari.
Yeah, nah, yo. You know what movie was that put me onto it was Rush with Chris I forgot the guy's name. The Chris Hemsworth, the guy from Thor in the Avengers. And it was a movie that he did called Rush about like Formula One racing and like Ferrari versus like all in this. Wow, all the good car movies have been Ferrari. That movie was Ferrari versus McLaren essentially in Formula One for a couple of years with the rivalry between two particular racers, and one of them was at Ferrari. And then there's another movie called Ford versus Ferrari, Ford v Ferrari, with what's his name? I forgot the guy's name. Does the movies with Ben Affleck all the time. Forgot his name from
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon was in Ford v Ferrari. Starred Matt Damon, Christian Bale. And then there was another one. There's this Ferrari. Like all the good car movies are like that one. That one was about Ford getting into the Le Mans, which is like a 24-hour race where cars are racing on a track for 24 fucking hours straight. You know what I mean? Like, which is crazy. Ferrari ran that shit. You know what I mean? Like Ferrari's just like whenever it comes to like anything about like cars and history, like being amazing, Ferrari's like, yeah, that was us. You know, we just make the greatest fucking cars ever known to man. Then it's like until somebody else comes along, like Ford with the Shelby, and until like McLaren comes along with this particular driver in Formula One, or until, you know, somebody else peeks their head into the game. And pretty much their competition to take out is fucking Ferrari immediately. But yeah, this looks really good. It's out also Christmas Day, so it's in theaters now. I don't know. I think people will enjoy it. You could go see it in theaters. Same way you could go see The Color Purple in theaters. I'm gonna wait until they both come to streaming. I'm gonna wait till they both come to streaming.
I'm almost always gonna wait till that. I did see Barbie in theaters though. Did see the Barbster in theaters.
You did see Barbies in theater. I saw Barbie on streaming just this past weekend. It was pretty good. It was actually wildly about like men. It was a lot based on men.
Yeah.
And like more than I expected. I'm like, why?
It was well done.
Nah, it was.
Song of the week.
Songs of the week. Yeah, songs of the week. Get to it. This is mine.
Well, I guess you found my secret hiding place. What did you save it for? Nothing in particular.
Pause there, Holden. You know what? Like, that is the voices of fucking Macaulay Culkin and Sigourney Weaver. No, is it Sigourney Weaver? No, not Sigourney Weaver. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis and Macaulay Culkin and the young girl that played Veda in My Girl. All the interludes are from My Girl because my girl had a famous mood ring in the movie and was kind of like based around a mood ring. Word. This is the scene when Macaulay Culkin discovered Jamie Lee Curtis's stash of money hidden in her cookie jar. Hit it. Thanks, Cece.
Why you ain't all on me? You ain't gotta follow me. Keep it straight, G. Yeah, they wanna swallow my seed. Better off following my lead. I'll be outside where your bitch can see. Put the drip on the screen. Money all I need. It's the cream. VVS since Dama was a little miss. Scheming on the cream like we needed milk. Skip the syllabus, went right for the skrilla quick. In the nick of time, nick and dime till I manifest. It's another day, another dollar, put a bitch in the feelings. They don't want these problems, turn you to memorabilia. You be 6 feet sleeping, I ain't even touch a shovel. I don't battle inner demons, I got real life devils. Working on my aim since the 5th grade. Basically, I've been great. I'm going home for like 10 days. Catch me at the Cuchi Frito with me gente. Keep it authentic, yeah. Got a plug in every exit, yeah. Think you mad at me cause I live this life, but you really just hating on yourself. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Littyyy Bro.
I'll be focused on the goal. Give me green light and watch how fast I go. Gold in my mouth, gold on my wrist, gold on my neck, gold that, gold this, gold everything for my jewelry to fix. Gold, 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 bitch, gold on my kicks. Got the gold teeth, gold fronts, tongue and cheek. Gold gums, golden sun, I'm the golden one. Got a little gold, bitch, a little some. Flacko eating, Khaled in my tummy. Trying to get buried gold like a mummy. Draped in gold in all these V-necks. Every time you see me, bitch, you see flex. Littyyy Bros, bitch, yes, we the best. Green and gold in all of these checks. We mix the green with a little bit of gold. I be feeling blue, baby, I be getting yellow. Carrots raise my hands like the notes from a cello. Pass me the ball, I take a shot like a mellow. I said I always take the shot, bitch, like it's jello. I be getting baby, I be needing dough. The money is my dear, baby, I love the dough. I be on the move, baby, I be on the go. I be making moves, running through all these goals. Bartenders drinking in all of they dope. Like they gonna feed they seeds off of quotes. I talk in voices, don't rely on hope. Only count the letters in my bills and my notes. Littyyy Bro.
Why you ain't all on me? You ain't gotta follow me. Keep it straight, G. Yeah, they wanna swallow my seed. Better off following my lead. I'll be outside where your bitch can see. Put the drip on the screen. Money all I need. It's the cream.
Word.
Dope. This one's also from that Nate Husser project that he put out there. I saw that our local hip hoppy page DMS posted their like best of the year, and I heard this and I was like, I like this. And then I see how I commented 8 months ago, so clearly I liked it 8 months ago too, and I felt like it would be good to put up.
Since we locked in, let's get it. Man, this bitch with all my dogs, I won't forget him, these my niggas. If he get rich, that mean we rich. If he get lit, that mean we lit. If he get hit, that mean we spent. That mean we fan, that mean we kin. That mean we locked, that mean like, if I drop 5 and we need 10 and he drop 5, that mean we in and then we up. We got next, and if they hate, that mean they press. That mean we pressure on they net, that mean we stars, that mean like Trek, like. They say the best is around the corner, so I spin the block. They say Thomas money, I bought diamonds, put them in my watch. They ain't think that I was finna do it. I said, okay, watch. My ex told me I'm so gassed up, funny how I never stop. Yeah, it's funny how I never stop. I'ma let a hater see me when I know it hurts. But you can fuck around and I might put you on a song. Or you can fuck around and I might put you on a shirt. Hey. Yeah. One thing I need you to know, I'm way too much for a 304. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't give a fuck about nothing. Lost 2 niggas in the last 2 weeks, rest in peace, Jedi and stunning. On the outside, I look cool, but on the inside, I be numb. You got no choice but keep our heads high and going up this money. Going up this check. Rest in peace, Miss Janet Coons. I just wanna pay my respect. Love the family like cook food. Long as you watching over, we blessed. Got some shit to get off my chest. Got some shit to get off my. They say the best is around the corner, so I spin the block. They say time is money, I buy diamonds, put them in my watch. They ain't think that I was finna do it. I said, okay, watch. All them times they pull me over, funny how I never stop. Funny how I never stop. I'ma let a hater see me win when it hurt. But you can fuck around and I might put you on a song. Or you can fuck around and I might put you in the dirt.
Yeah, I really fucks with what Hustler does. I think he's like
I'm
one
fuck
of
with
the
him.
biggest visions of the city.
He's definitely got like the best image of everybody that he played from Montreal.
He's like the
you know
he's
what I mean?
like
His shit is clean. His videos are wild clean. He made me want to bust out my fucking. He made me want to bust out my motherfucking goggles, my ski goggles.
Shout out Hustler. He be doing this thing. Honestly, like he's one of the, like, he's got to leave Montreal to go to a place with an ecosystem and, you know, put the word out. So the fact that he's out there putting work out in LA right now, it means when the next of us go to LA, it's not like
you
we
have
won't
to
be the
leave
first
your home
Montrealer.
in order to blow up
But
outside of
also,
your home.
like,
you know what I mean?
having people from our city go out there helps the rest of us when we go out there, because it
Yeah,
becomes a
absolutely.
community of people that like go out there. So I
From
gotta give love to
out-
them
yeah.
that are creating that foundation for the rest of us to be able to come build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh shit! I forgot to play the Patreon video. That's very important.
Patreon
I
video.
know there's another one. Next week we'll play a new one that's been in my emails for a minute, but we're gonna play one of the other older new ones.
What's up, y'all? It's the Perspectives Podcast. My name is Littyyy Bro Flacko. This is Holden Stephan Roy. Say hi, Holden. Hi, Holden. You already know what it is.
Shout out Chris Crum who made the video with the edited other footage, and Buds who filmed.
Statue of Liberty, though. So if you want to come through to New York, visit, get a guided tour, hit up the patreon.com/perspectives.
Hit up the
You can all set
Patreon,
that
though.
up, but you'll also be able to get access to the interviews early, see what we're recording, get some behind the scenes footage, like what happened when we stopped filming. I don't even know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and look forward to seeing you in the comments and conversing with y'all.
Yeah, hit up the Patreon.
Conversating.
Yeah. So what are you gonna be up to this upcoming week?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I actually do know. I got to meet up with the gang on the weekend on Sunday, so that we can make plans for the entire year. I told them that we got to sit down and organize all the events that we're doing the entire year. So like me and my friends definitely have like their Father's Day is really big to them. They love having a Father's Day barbecue, and July 4th, Labor Day. Those are the big barbecue days that they like really all throw down and really like look forward to a big barbecue. So we're just gonna organize, like what we're gonna do for the year. And yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend. What about you? What you getting into?
Well, first I have to get my car repaired, so deal with my tire. A good thing I know how to change a tire. I'm proud of myself. I got that donut on.
Good for you.
Now, because somebody made a post recently, can you actually do what men do? I'm like, changing a tire feels like one of those things a man should be able to do. So knowing I can do that makes me feel stronger, So once that's done, on that Uber grind, as I collect money through Uber, the video game, that's what it is. You just pick people up and drive them around like escort quests in a video game, only this time the money's real. And that's nice. I enjoy that. But actually, I owe features to people who like I put it off because my grandpa died, so I was like, shh, death in the family, y'all are gonna wait a couple. But then I'm like, well, I should probably get on that shit because I don't want to make them wait forever. So I have to go back into music making mode and start recording shit. And then I promised a guy money for a beat, so now I'm gonna pay for that beat. I gotta start writing that song because I'm not gonna go pay for that beat for nothing. But it's pretty fire, so I'm gonna write this next joint that I think people will like the vibe of the energy of the music a lot, and it makes me feel excited to write this song and come up with something that will be at least somewhat not overly corny. Just something that will tap into the energy of it all. Anyway, get back into that shit. I'm trying to write blogs every day too. So I'm trying to drop something every day, shorter, but like no, it's an exercise in writing, right? Like if you want to be a
It's
good
doable.
writer,
I do that shit.
I'm
Think about
talking
it. I do that shit on
like
Facebook.
the shit I dropped today was less than an hour's effort, right? 750 words, like 500 is a target, you know, just 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs, just, you know, you feel passionate about, but it's instead of doing it on Facebook, where arguably I wrote a lot, put it on my blog. Fuck that. Come to my ecosystem where there's a store and you can buy pickle related items. Like, why are we doing this on Facebook? You know? So like, I want to just try and push that. Plus, I saw that motherfuckers who write books, all they do is release to their blog every day and use that shit to make a book later on. So it's like the only way I'll ever hit my long-term author goals is to get used to writing 500, 1,000 words every day. And to me, that's not long. That's like wasting time levels of time I could easily figure out in a day. It's not the same thing like a video or whatever. It's writing. It's like nothing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. I do it on Facebook, like I said, so I could definitely see it being done.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's like you need challenges and shit. And I think that if I write that, I can monetize the fuck out of my writing faster because across the board, people seem to not hate, like they like the blog. I get a lot of positive feedback. People are reading it and engaging it. Even if the numbers aren't crazy, I know that they're authentic. Like people are actually engaging.
Yeah.
So it's like, I bet, let's run this. And already a French hip hop journalism thingy website that people respect hit me up to be like, can you be an English writer with us? So I'm starting to see avenues play out. So I want to, like, you know, I'd be stupid to not triple the fuck down on what's working, because that'll be the fastest way to cash flow so I can go back to doing what the fuck I want, getting paid to do stuff I like doing. But yeah, that's the kind of shit I'm up to over the next week. And then filming a seafood video again. Another seafood videos on my life in Thursday. So I'm going to have to eat lobsters and shrimps and shit. That's just what it is. Actually, I have no idea if I like lobster or not. I objectively will try lobster with an open mind because I don't know. And shrimps.
You don't know.
I'm pretty neutral on shrimp. It feels like shrimp is like a lot of like a texture thing that I could get used to, and it tastes like whatever it's seasoned with. So like, you can't just put like a one shot on shrimp. It seems like it's a broader subject than I first approached as a monolith of seafood. But the texture's gonna take some acquire. A lot of seafood is a texture thing, I think. I think that's what people don't like.
I think it's all just a texture thing. But like, you gotta look at it like, yo, like that's what makes things good is these other textures. Like what makes some of the best food in the world is like when you take a texture and you add something to it and you add some other shit to it, and then all those flavors combine in your mouth for like this explosion of like flavors and greatness. And it takes for things to be different textures for you to get that experience. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with like a charcuterie board. You know what I mean? Like you get a little bit of fucking meat, you get a little bit of cheese, and you fucking get a little bit of fig jam spread. You know what I'm saying? You get a little piece of a walnut there, and all of that combined together makes like, oh my God, this tastes so delicious. And why is it smoky all of a sudden? Like, what? Like, this is so fucking good, you know? And it's like, oh, you can't unlock that smoky flavor without all these things combining. You know what I mean? And you need the jam, you need the fig spread to be a jam, and you need the nuts there to bring out the smokiness in the meat. And you know, like, you need all these things to be what they are in order to unlock the, you know, it's like unlocking, it's like fucking Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat and pulling off the combo. You know what I mean? Like, you put the right things together, and the next thing you know, you're fucking spinning in the air, and you're fucking spin kicking somebody's face in. You know what I'm saying? Like, bicycle kicking somebody's face in and shit. You know what I mean? And now you're great. Like, who's greater than you? Nobody. You need to try to, you know, you need to use the crazy texture. Wait until you get to oysters and you get to slimy stuff.
I'm
You know what
pretty
I'm
sure I
saying?
have
Like,
to eat an oyster. I might have to, because this place has a bucket. It's one of them places, like, it's got a bucket where it's like a pound of oyster, a pound of this, and you know, if you can do it all in this timeline, we'll give you money. They had a challenge like that running, so it's one of them joints, and I'm pretty sure their main draws is shrimp, oysters, and lobsters. So I'm tapping in with my homie that likes seafood
good.
a lot, so he's really excited. So
word, definitely always bring somebody who likes seafood with you, right? Because this isn't like you're not a fair judge, clearly. You know what I'm saying? You know,
but my job isn't even like my job is to film the food,
to promote.
So I can film your food, bro. Point the camera, shoot. Good, I got this. I learned about the fucking food angles and kind of angling on top and not at that lazy angle that people shoot at. And you know, I learned about like playing with the fucking food and shit, like, so you can create the little food porn. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm learning. So that's kind of what it is.
That's what's important.
And basically, yeah, to sell these videos, get more, and then I get the leftovers at all this shit. Although my homie's taking the leftovers for this one, because ain't nobody really want. I mean, maybe the lobster's lit. I can't judge lobster without trying it. I feel like it would be foolish to do that at this point. People seem to love lobster, so I don't know if
lobster is definitely like. Lobster is definitely like. See, all these things are right. Like, lobster is like a bigger shrimp, essentially, because it's a crustacean. Lobster and crab is like, bro, that shit is fucking heavenly. When you start dipping that shit in some butter, and oh my god, and you got a fucking fat, like an entire crab leg. Oh my god, shit, that shit is so delicious.
Well, maybe by next week I will have lobster crab leg stories. We'll see, because I walk in and go, what do you want to feed us? Because I don't care, we're not paying for it, so it's whatever you guys want to put out there, we'll eat.
Yeah, those, and then octopus and squid is a little bit more gamey, like not gamey, but like chewy. More what people describe as rubbery.
I have trouble with octopuses because I know they're smart motherfuckers. It makes me not want to eat them. Like,
they're so delicious, man.
I know, but they're
Spanish
also
people,
like,
Puerto Ricans love a
smart
grilled fucking octopus. And then in ceviche, like all good Peruvian ceviche comes with some like octopus, some shrimp, different fucking, you know, sea animals. So good.
I mean, I ate the octopus and I tried it was squishy in a way that I could see how I could get used to it, but like right now it's like, I don't know. Like, I have to say the salmon, high quality salmon, is a lot better than the bullshit salmon that the grocery store sells. And there was a noticeable quality difference.
Salmon's like kind of like the steak of fish, steak of seafood. I guess it's either that or lobster. It's either salmon or lobster. You know, lobster is more expensive.
Either way, I know that I have to eat part of it because that's what's polite when somebody gives you food in their home. I was raised to eat that shit no matter what, so I'm gonna eat that shit and I'm gonna tell them how I don't like seafood, but this is the best seafood I've had in spite of that, because that's the best I can muster up where they'll believe me. They will not believe like. But they're like, this is arguably the best I've had considering I don't like it.
Right.
Look, I'm still eating it. But I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so I think that's kind of it. It'll be a good week. I'm mad motivated to just grind because I bought Bunny Tiffany's and that was expensiver than I was planning. And now I have to pay down that. Just go make that money. But she's happy.
Make that money, buddy.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching it. If you're watching on the YouTube later, make sure to subscribe and like it, especially if you got this far in, because, I mean, you spent like almost 2 hours with us, so you should hit that like button. Also, y'all who stuck with us on the stream, we appreciate you. If you're not already there, patreon.com/perspectives. We're going to start movie nights this month. So if you become a Patreon, you'll get to watch some documentary that you would otherwise have to pay for, but not having to pay for it over in our Discord. So we're going to start that for the Patreons. And yeah, really start to grow this out. So make sure to hit that up. If you'd rather, you can also give Flacko money directly through Cash App and he'll be your best friend. That's also an option.
We can be besties.
And
Let's
you can,
be
in the
besties.
comments, you know, just tell us what you want to
Then I'll
talk about
watch.
next
Then
week.
I'll watch your fucking Joe Biden raps videos.
I appreciate all of y'all, especially Lindell.
Love you, Lindell.
On that note, I'm going to start the raid. Live long and prosper, everyone. And yeah, Happy New Year, because it's actually New Year's Day. Right now, it's 2024.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Day, folks. Happy New Year.